Hi. So I just wanted to say, there was a weird thing going on with the recording where for some reason it wouldn't show me pulling up my Google Chrome, and I don't know if it's even showing up now. But basically, you know, I move my cursor around the screen, and you'll see me just go to the random like empty parts of the screen, and that was when I pulled up the Google Chrome, Google searches, and it would be like would point to pictures, but that didn't show up. So hopefully, if this shows up, um, this works. Then I'm just clearing things up. So this is what I meant. This is the captain, Captain Wingus, Haru, whatever. Um, this is his girl, Yuko, whatever. Memphis, the priest elf, the Godzilla twins, Wingus and Dingus. Um, and then there was also Godzilla Earth. Godzilla Earth, if this shows up. It was this big boy right here. All these searches. So yeah, that's that. Let's clear things up, hopefully. Oh, and also if you want to, here's Ghidorah, uh, Godzilla Earth. Here's that big bad monster. Yeah, these ones. Anyway, alright. So enjoy the video. So, as many of you know, this movie was absolutely terrible, and I'm not going to go into detail about how it was bad because you already know it. What I'm going to do today is tell you a short, abridged way. Well, my version of this movie, this trilogy, that is actually good. And I know that's not really saying much considering it's this movie, but well, let's try something. This is all on the fly, so wish me luck because that's what this movie needed, but didn't get any. Here we go. Anyway, so we start the movie with this guy. Wait, yeah, this guy, Haru, who's the captain. This girl, who's I guess his love interest, and this priest dude. No one really gives a shit about any of the other characters, and the only other important people are Godzilla Earth himself, and these Ringus and Dingus. The Mothra twins. Ah. No, I don't want to. I've already seen it's terrible. Don't. Anyway, so we got Ringus here. Our main guy Ringus. He's on the ship. He's like, he's really sad. That's how he always usually is. He's on the fucking giant ship. I don't know what it looks like, and they're definitely just flying through space. I don't know what part of space they are, but yeah, they're like, oh, everyone's dying. It's just really bad. And it's just, all in all, it's not a good day for anyone. They're like, hey, we gotta take this ship, back to Earth. I know that's not what Earth looks like, but shut up. Anyway, they gotta take it back to Earth, and they're like, oh, well, we can't take it back to Earth. Why? Oh, this is, Big Bad is there. This Big Bad, this boy right here. And, Ringus over here, he's like, I can't do that. He killed my parents. Oops. He killed my parents, and for that's unacceptable. And it's like, boo fucking who? Man the fuck up. Everyone's parents died that day. You're not the only one. And he's like, I'm gonna kill it. And then he never does, obviously, if you've seen this movie. They're like, we gotta go back to Earth. And then they get back to Earth, and where they find, oh wow, it's real, it looks real nice and shit, Got some real lush vegetation going on. It's like, oh wow, it's real nice. And then it's like, uh-oh, what's that? After they land all their ships, it's like, oh no, here comes the big bad. I'm not gonna look that up on Google, so don't even at me. Big bad comes, and they're like, uh-oh, the Godzilla is still alive, and it's infected everybody. So what are we gonna do? Oh, we gotta fight big bad Godzilla. So how do they fight big bad Godzilla? And I think just the stupidest fucking fight that did nothing. It's like, oh, oops. So Godzilla, is just kind of standing here doing his thing while everyone just kind of flies around uselessly, shooting lasers at him, just being absolutely useless and doing no damage. Long story short, they defeat Godzilla by, just giving him a real ouchie in the back right here. Right there. They detonate a bomb and it goes. and yeah, he seems to die. But oh no, that wasn't the big bad Godzilla. This is the Godzilla they fought. And this is the Godzilla that actually controls the whole Earth. And it's like, uh-oh. Long story short, they go to a Mecha Godzilla city. It does nothing. Godzilla destroys it. And then Priest dude, you know, this fucking, where is he? This asshole. He summons King Ghidorah to try to fight Godzilla, and it's like, here comes big bad Punu boys, and Godzilla's like, oh no, I don't like this. But then he defeats him. Everything's great. Except it's not great, because Ghidorah never really gets to fight Godzilla fairly, because Ghidorah is an ethereal being. So here's what I propose for a better Godzilla movie. Alright, so here we go. This is my fix. So, you know, the humanity ship comes to, they go to Earth, right? You know, Wingus leader here, you know, and this girl who apparently for whatever reason she was a student that heard about him. She knows about his youth and was there when Godzilla Earth destroyed the Earth for the first time. I could be like, hey, that was the captain dude, and then she, I don't remember what her hairstyle was. It was like this. I don't know. However, so she could be like, hey, let's talk. And what they do talk about is like what they lost back on Earth. You know, like they lost family, building cities, love. You know, like all the animals, and that like represents like kind of like a camaraderie, like, hey, you're not alone in this, and you know that helps build their friendship, but also the little romance they tried to put in there, which they failed, but in my version I think it'll work. So you know that kind of goes on for it, that kind of like simmers, and it's like, hey, I believe in you, I think you can land on Earth. So they land on Earth, and when the big bad monster decides to try to, you know, like attack, he takes her hand as they're running. Like this is her with her big hair. It's not her tongue, but you know that's fine. You know what? No, he grabs her tongue because he's like, we don't have time to talk. We just gotta go and move because we can't fight this thing. And then you know they escape it, and they're like, what was that? Like, oh, that's a thing that's been mutated by Godzilla. And then he's like, I'm gonna fight Godzilla. And then she's like, hey, don't. And then he's like, somebody has to. And she's like, well, stay safe. So they try to fight Godzilla, but they can't. And then he almost dies. That's not Godzilla. He almost dies because, you know, it's fucking Godzilla. And it's like, flicker, and then nothing happens to Godzilla. But then this guy over here is like, oh no, oh. And then she's like, oh no, he's dead. And she's like, hey, go over here. She goes over here, and he's like, you dead? And then it's like he needs like mouth to mouth or something, but like she doesn't have the proper training, so she takes her, takes her to the med bay, and he's just sitting there like, oh, what happened? And she's just like, oh, I brought you here, and I was worried. And the doctor could be like, oh yeah, she's been waiting here for you for 3 days, and he's like, oh wow, you really care about me. And that further builds that relationship. And then, but the thing is, like, you know, he's just a dense fucking protagonist who doesn't like fully realize what love is. Meanwhile, she's just like, I want that dick boy. You know, as a lot of dating harem things go. But this is a Godzilla movie. Finally, like, wait, I know how to defeat Godzilla. You gotta give him the big ouchie in the back. Which they do, and then that's when they're like, we won. But then, you know, they're like, oh no, it wasn't this dude, it was this dude. That's the real, like, that's the real bad man right there. So then they're like, okay, what do we do about that? And then the you know, the big muscly dudes are like, I have an idea, we go to Mechagodzilla City, and that's maybe where they come across. Okay, so this is like Mechagodzilla City, and then maybe this is like where the little villages where all those native people lives, and they're like, maybe they're like in this city, they're in this town, the city. Oh, how much you let me? And that's where the two groups come across. Like, who are you? And it's like they could be like, oh, these people are the natives, and they happen to know that like the metal from Mechagodzilla City is, you know, especially like toxic to Godzilla. So then they could do that, and then like maybe Harawa or someone, you know, the Dingus here, touches it, and he gets poisoned, and then his girlfriend here, oops, stop, tries to like help him, but then the two native girls, you know, Wingus and Dingus over here, where are they? Yeah, Wingus and Dingus over here. I don't remember which one of them ends up fucking Harawa, but that's fine. Their characters weren't built enough for that. Anyway, they take him up to like the little hut. That's white marker. They take him up to a little hut and they heal him there. And he's just like, oh, what the hell is happening? Where's people? And they're just like, we help you, and also this is the one that fucks you and likes you. And then you know, when they go back to the troops, he's like, you know, the one that likes him is just, you know, always with him, and he's just staying there, and like, you know, the girl's like, oh, I don't like this going on here, you know, this no, I don't like that. You know, so now there's the guy. We got that love triangle going on here. You know, we got Wingus, Dingus, draw a heart because I didn't draw her face, and then the Void, because her character was also not developed. But you know what? She isn't my rendition. Anyway, the big musty dudes are like, well, we can use the Mechagodzilla City to try to like lure Godzilla into this kind of like pit system. So here's Godzilla, he moves in here, and we're gonna just like fuck him up right here. Okay, this is the fuck you up area right here. It doesn't work though, because they're like, you gotta get infused with nanometals. So we got like, you know, normal person, and then that gets turned into big bad dude, like infused metal person. That whole thing is just so then you can crash your like mech suit into Godzilla and have it, you know, get that W. But it doesn't happen because you know, Wingus's girlfriend, his human girlfriend, ends up getting consumed by the metal, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna stand for this. So he's, instead of, you know, in the original, instead of, you know, saving all of humanity by sacrificing himself and killing Godzilla, he ends up doing it to save his girlfriend. However, in this rendition, she's like, hey, I'm just gonna not do that, and then she just lets all the strong dudes kill themselves because that's what they wanted to do anyway. So then they turn into the big bad metal monsters that end up possibly killing Godzilla, or they think they did, and then realize, oh no, Godzilla's a little bit stronger than you realize, and now Godzilla's the big bad strong, you know, metal monster of disaster. So, you know, that's that. And then it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? And then, you know, finally we get to like this dude who's like, hey, maybe we should ask God for help. And it's like, what do you mean? And, you know, long story short, he summons Ghidorah. Oops. You know, he summons Ghidorah through these gates. And then Ghidorah is just like, oh, here we go. And then, you know, Godzilla's right here and tries to... sorry, where was I? Alright, so Ghidorah's right here, and then Godzilla's just like, what's this? What's this up here? And then they entangle him, and it's like, aha! And Godzilla tries to fight back, but he can't because he phases through them like a ghost. And it's all because, you know, Memphis, this dude, he's like, we're gonna purge the earth with Godzilla and destroy it because everything has an end, and then. And yeah, he's basically controlling Godzilla with his own mental state. And then, you know, Dingus, the captain, is just like, no, And then, long story short, they have a mental battle, and it's like, hey, Captain, your anger is the only thing keeping this thing. Is what's going to keep bringing this thing back to life. To destroy Earth if human civilization gets too advanced. So how about in this rendition, the captain breaks the trance from Memphis, and now Ghidorah and Godzilla can have a legitimate fair fight. Where they actually fight. So you got Ghidorah, maybe you got Godzilla, maybe like biting down on Ghidorah here, grabbing one of the heads here, and then the other head, like arms, like his are here, legs are here, his legs are here, and then the other head is like reeling in to like bite that tail. And they're all, it's kind of tangled up, kind of like a three-tentacled octopus sort of fight going on here. And Godzilla tries to use his atomic breath, but like Ghidorah is just too fast. He just evades everything. It's like, oh nope, oh nope, and like one of the heads maybe gets it, but he kind of moves out of the way. And Godzilla's like, ooh, gotta be faster. I think I can't like just try to sharpshoot. So then Godzilla's seems to he's really down on his luck. He's on the ground. He's like, what's this? And he's like, he's being pinned down by the three heads. They got him all wrapped up. Then Godzilla's like, no, I know what I gotta do now. So what Godzilla does though is he just really lets it rip. He's just sitting there, and then he just goes, you've fallen right into my trap. And then he does that like full shock, that full body explosion radiation attack, which ends up radiating like all the way into the black holes. And Ghidorah really can't do anything at that point, and it's just like it gets caught in the explosions. And then they're really weak now. These noodles are just kind of like dripping down, like barely having any fight in them. And Godzilla, with all that energy wasted, he also doesn't have much fight in him either. And so now it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? And so like maybe Godzilla's his jaws are open. He's ready to bite back these noodles, these poo noodles. So how I think this fight should go is Godzilla, he grabs one of the heads. He bites down onto one of the heads. He's holding it in his jaws. He rips these. He rips that jaw. Oops, he rips that head completely out of the just detaches it, decapitates it. He stomps on another one of the heads, and that head is dead. Oops. And then finally, the head that's placed within his jaws, he decides that you get a special treatment. He starts charging up that atomic fire, and then he just all the humans fucking all the humans and all the creatures of Earth just watch as Godzilla lets rip this one. Oops. He just takes Ghidorah's head is here, and then we just got this huge fucking and then he just destroys it, and then all the things are good, and everyone lives. Well, Ghidorah didn't live, but then the captain guy is like, well, I'm gonna kill myself now because I don't want to bring humanity to the fate of Ghidorah again. And then that is the end. And I think that would really make for a better movie.